Howdy y'all. Hey, Friday night, we're going to try and make a little homemade pizza. So let me get my chef's hat on here and I'll show you the recipe for making pizza crust. Now, I don't know how well you can see this, but I'll call it out. We're going to have 1 cup of warm water. So just get it a little bit warm, and you don't want to boil the yeast or anything to death. So you just kind of want it, I don't know, tepid, I guess we could say. Now we're going to put in a little bit of yeast, 1 1/4 teaspoons. Let's see, I believe that's going to be a teaspoon right there. Yeah, that's a teaspoon. Now I got this at Walmart, and this is something called, I think, instant yeast. So there's 1, and we'll call that about 1/4. That first one was a little light. So anyway, that's going to help this dough rise. There's about 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Let's see, there's some sugar. Teaspoons. 1 sugar. 2 sugar. That'll give the yeast a little something to snack on. We'll give that a little massage just to kind of get it stirred up good. Okay, we're going to take the first cup of flour. And we'll get that in there. And we'll mix that up. I'm going to try and just use my left hand mostly for this mixing and use my right hand for dipping up some more flour. We're going to do 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. You can use, I don't know, olive oil, corn oil. That's pretty close to a tablespoon now. And just keep massaging that in. Do another tablespoon. All right, now I think it's about time for another cup of flour. There's our second cup. Just work it in. Just put about half and then work it in there. So get that other half. Add just a tiny bit of warm water just to help. See, I have some of that flour still that didn't incorporate into this dough ball, so going to get just a little more warm water, just a tad. Yeah, I think that'll help incorporate it. So okay, we're going to make sure this is all kind of kneaded in, but you don't want to go too overboard and just keep kneading it. But yeah, at this point, I think now we can just kind of pat it into a little bit of a ball. Get a little bit more flour. Just to kind of dust the outside. Dust that pan a little bit. Keep our hands from sticking so bad, and we'll just kind of make this into a ball. Cover it over with a dish towel. And just set it back up in here and let that yeast do its thing. It's been 1 hour. I've decided I can't wait. I'm going to go ahead and roll out the pizza dough. I've got my assistant here working on some stuff that we can top the pizza with. Let's see if we had any rising. Oh yeah. You can see it rose quite a bit just in that 1 hour. I guess that's why they call it the instant rise. Now, we're going to go ahead and try to roll this out, but we're going to need a little bit of flour to help us along the way there. And I'm going to divide this in half because I've got a pan for me and a pan for Lori. She likes the white sauce. I like the red sauce. So let's see if we can get this divided in half, more or less, thereabouts. That looks pretty good. Pushing this out, make sure you keep your hands really well floured. Just work from the center and just kind of push out to the edge. I think I'm going to need some help from my rolling pin. Yeah, let's see. We'll get this bottle of red wine and we'll get it floured up. That'll keep it from sticking a goodly bit. Alright, let's see if we can kind of get a semi-rectangle out of this thing. Pretty close to what we're looking for. We're going to go ahead and get this pan oiled up. If you don't liberally oil this, it kind of end up being a sticky sort of situation, so don't spare the oil when it comes to oiling your pan. We'll see if we can get this laid on that pan without tearing it up too terribly bad. Yes. Now it's probably going to hang over a little bit, which is okay. We can roll the edges up. In fact, if you like a little cheese in your crust, it makes it easier to eat that way. A little cheese, and kind of put it along here and then roll that crust up on it. Kind of tuck it in a little bit. Lori really likes this white sauce. Ugh. Let me get a spoon. And that'll help us spread it around. So we'll go ahead and put some white sauce on here. Probably about, I don't know, 4 or 5 of these heaping tablespoons. One for the middle. Oh, I forgot, you can poke holes in it. Sometimes people's pizza dough will try to bubble up if you don't, but I hadn't really ever had that problem, so I don't really get too concerned about it. But anyway, you can get this sauce kind of slathered around. I don't know how well you can see that being it's so blonde and all, but maybe get a little bit up on that crust a little bit, makes it a little more palatable. I like to eat my crust. How about some bell pepper? Gotta have some onion. Okay, we'll put a few pepperonis on here. That's good. And how about some mushrooms? I think these have already been washed, so we'll just put a few on here. I have a little garlic here. Probably about, oh, I don't know, a good solid teaspoon's worth anyway. Bring it out here to my pizza oven, and I'll show you what that looks like. I usually turn the middle one off and turn the 2 outside ones all the way down. Then put this pizza right in the middle. Close it down and I'll let it cook for, I don't know, 12 minutes. So Alexa, set alarm for 15 minutes and remind me to take the pizza off.
Okay, I'll remind you in 15 minutes.
Ooh, yeah, it's bubbling in the middle. I'd say it's done. These blonde ones are a little different, but yeah, I think that'll be good. The crust didn't even toast it up. I'll go ahead and put this one on here and set the alarm for that one. He's going to be our guinea pig. See how the red sauce went. Not too bad for homemade pizza.
Oh my gosh.
Ouija said she'll have a piece.
That is delicious. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.
All right.
And then eat.